Hudson University right now, going live for the very first time through YouTube. We'll set the link up in just a bit. By the time you click on it, you will probably have not even seen any of the things that we're saying right now or all the effort it took to go live. But we both voted today, and we are excited about the elections. It is not something that we're happy about necessarily, because both Trump and Hillary, almost 60% on both sides of the voters didn't really like the person they were voting for, but they decided to vote for them anyway because of the battle that it is. It's a strategic vote, and so that's what people are doing. In the meantime, we're going to try to share this. Right? Facebook?
Yeah, that's the only way.
Are you going to get the HDMI connected to this screen?
I don't think.
You can get it? Alright. We'll just,
because, right now, I just need to share a status with the YouTube link. What's the YouTube link?
Here, I'll share it now, and then you can share mine.
Okay. The live one, so that we have an idea of what we look like and where we are on the screen. Does that make sense?
Alright, so it should be now on my Facebook. Just check that out right there. And in the meantime, I can show our viewers our nice little map of America that we have set up right over here. And as you can tell, it actually has Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Georgia as states that are yet to be counted. Those states have not been collected yet. Yet the outcome, as people can see, is that Trump will indeed be the next president of the United States of America. And to many people, that can seem kind of scary. But we want to encourage one idea, and this idea is don't fear. Don't fear, guys. You gotta keep yourself together. You gotta stay sane.
We can do it, but we need to be looking at what we actually look like. So not on
Yeah,
the
I got you.
So.
Alright, so if you can't... No, you gotta turn it around. You gotta turn it. See, it does work.
Oh, it does work now.
America! America! Don't
Zoom out. There you go. Alright, now...
This is what is most important. Right now, it's not whether Trump or Hillary gets elected, but for Trump's election, since it is most likely... We've got our map set up right there. You can judge for yourself by just Googling it. 2016 election. Trump will win this election, and many people are scared. I have a couple friends, or many friends actually, and people who are minorities. We of course are just white American Dutch males, and therefore it's not a fear that Trump is being elected. But for friends I know from Nigeria, friends from minorities around Central America and Southern America, I have friends who are Muslim and are scared that they might be deported. My friend said I was an immigrant, which I am, and he was joking that I might be deported by Trump if he gets elected. But the reality is that many people might be. As an individual. A lot cooler to have it go live.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to just restart. Delete your Facebook post, and we will go again. and I click on it, and the new page is empty.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. There we go. See, it's still working. It's still working. All right, that's stuck. That's the deal.
Yeah. So we are live.
All right. Do you have the stats on which states are being put on board and which ones aren't?
So I will. Yeah, let's move it as little as possible. We could have this board behind us. That was actually a good idea.
I want to get the screen up though.
The what up? The screen. Oh, so that we can see ourselves, or
see the elections on the big screen.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. No, you can't get it on this one?
It didn't go when we plugged it in. So I want to make sure one more time that this is going live. The stream is offline, is what I just got told. I clicked on it, it's offline. Yeah, we need to. Let's do a brand new live feed, because this one, if they play it back, it's going to be terrible. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want it to be on there, because then we'll have this in the background. We'll have noise and they won't.
No, I went to just the image. I just want the image.
Yeah, the stream is not working. I tried a few times. Sorry about that.
Clicking on my Facebook.
Yeah. Wait, so you came back.
See, it's good. We're still good. We're still in the house. Sorry, just some technical difficulties trying to get the live stream working. No, I want to just the image. And now I also have a television screen behind us here working. There we go. There we go. That's a view we want to see. Perfect. Alright, so mouse in my hand, and we can get this baby going and covering what's going on. So, this is the map that we should show. This is the map of America and how everything is being counted up. All the ballots are obviously shown, whether they're red or blue indicates Republican or Democrat. And where it's light red, where it's light blue, is where it hasn't been completed yet, but they are, halfway there? They are part of the way there, and they're still rounding it up, but that's the most likely outcome. I'll click on Don't Show Counties, and that is what we have up on the board as well, is what counties have been added recently. As you can tell, Nevada is most likely going to be...
It just got called for Hillary.
Oh, it just got called for Hillary?
Yes.
So we can change that. We can change that to blue. The blue marker is somewhere in here.
Yeah, I got it.
And
Utah,
there is still a battle for Minnesota, Utah, Arizona, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Maine.
Arizona's
Alaska also is not shown right here, but that's an obvious Trump win. So currently there's 9 or 10 if you include Alaska.
I'm going to talk briefly about the very slim possibility of an electoral tie. In order for an electoral tie to occur, Clinton has to win Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Nevada, and the 2nd district in Nebraska. As of this moment, that looks like a very slim possibility, and I think our map is a little bit out of date, but that is the only chance of a 269 to 269 tie for the Democrats to have a chance at the White House. But in particular, this is extremely frightening. We have surprising turnout in Wisconsin and Michigan, the Rust Belt states, from Trump supporters. typically working class individuals who are upset with the status quo. And so right now, it's not showing Trump's. What's going on with the?
Yeah, I'm reloading it.
Okay.
So it's going to be showing fresh stuff.
Okay.
This is a, I'll have to refresh that. This is a page that shows why the Nigerian deportation quote is actually incorrect. And here's the quote. In January 26th, a fake quote started circulating online, purportedly uttered by Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump about how he would deport Muslims, Mexicans, and Nigerians if he won the presidency. And there's particularly a couple of friends in studio here at Judson, or just friends around America who are of any of those ethnic groups who are particularly fearing the outcome of the election. And this is a quote. It says, after he said all Nigerians would be made to leave the country when he becomes president, he made the threat during a rally at Wichita, Kansas. According to Donald Trump, Nigerians and Mexicans have taken all the jobs meant for honest and hard-working Americans. To make America great again, we need to get rid of the Muslims, Mexicans, and the Africans, especially the Nigerians. They take all our jobs meant for honest, hard-working Americans, and we give them the jobs the Muslims blow us up. In quote, we need to get the Africans out, not the blacks, the Africans, especially the Nigerians. They're everywhere. I went for a rally in Alaska and met just one African in the entire state. Where is he from? Nigeria. He's an Alaskan taking our jobs.
So question.
So the above displayed quote appeared on several disreputable websites in January of 2016, published by the FNN on the website Pages. While Pages does not include a disclaimer labeling his article as a work of fiction, a discussion on the Neverland forum revealed that FNN stood for fake Nigerian news. Additionally, Trump did not have a rally in Wichita, Kansas, as alleged by the above quoted article, at any point in January 2016. So this rally that he said the quote was from had never even taken place.
That doesn't excuse, however,
the quote has also not been reported
of bigotry, hatred, xenophobia, building his opening campaign speech on the fact that Mexicans are rapists, criminals. He assumes that some of them are good people, but he has rallied individuals across this country on the fear that the reason that they're not doing well is because immigrants are taking their jobs and harming the economy. That is factually untrue. Our economy is 100% built upon an immigrant workforce in agriculture and a lot of the factory work across this country. We live and breathe on the immigrant population and a constant influx of immigrants. If we deported 11 million undocumented people, which Trump has proposed, that would be more expensive than his proposal to build a wall across the southern U.S. border. It would be more expensive than providing free college education to all of every college-age individual across this country, according to Bernie's proposal. It's more expensive than providing universal health care to all of our citizens. It's an unnecessary cost that, even if that quote by Trump about Nigerians is untrue, it still doesn't excuse his behavior, his language about Muslims. He at one point said that he would need to register Muslims, much like Hitler registered Jews, so that they would be on a Muslim registry list, which is just bewildering. That is, I don't know.
So anyway, the point we're trying to get across is not that Muslims should be registered. The point that we're trying to get across is that America should be conscious of the quotes and the captions that are being made and cited about Trump, but to take everything with a grain of salt, yet be aware that Trump does have
ideas in mind that might be somewhat racist towards individuals and groups. Therefore, don't fear, America. You've got to be aware that there is more in store than just a daily hatred for Trump. If Trump indeed will be your president, which is very likely to be the case, you cannot live in a daily mindset of, why am I in America? What is he going to do to us? Why is the news always portraying him as either worse or better than he is? There is too much media BS going around about anyone for you to believe hardly any of it. And so, just don't believe all of it. Just criticize what has been said, what is reportedly being mentioned, and really look at the actions of a human being and not what he says, because he can be reading it off the teleprompter or he could be just coming up with it on the spot. But what a man or what a woman does with his or her time is what is most notable and what is most important to look at as far as character goes. Policy can always be changed. I believe that there still can be hope for Trump to learn from his mistakes. As we have seen recently, he is trying to make steps towards putting up an image of himself that is more caring about his neighbor, more caring about the people that he wants to be president for than he has in the past, especially women. And so I don't want to downgrade any human. I don't want to. Every human life is a life worth keeping and preserving. That doesn't mean lessons can't be learned, especially in the case of Trump. But let's give Trump, if he wins, let's give him a chance, okay? Like, he's worked his butt off to make it this far.
No, he hasn't. Let's pause right there.
He has worked his butt off.
He has lied, he has schemed, he has called people ugly.
Let's give him a chance.
How about this? He called Carly Fiorina ugly. Why would anyone vote for someone like that? He called Jeb Bush weak, low energy. He called the 2008 presidential candidate, John McCain, of the Republican Party. He said that he was weak because he got captured, that he wasn't a war hero. He said that Ted Cruz's father was part of the JFK assassination plot. He called Ben Carson a child molester.
Point is, he makes a lot of very bad statements and claims. Like I said earlier,
he is not better than that, and he will not become better than that.
Like I said,
he is irredeemable in the ability to do the presidency well.
Judging someone based off of their words
is the only way to know who they are.
You know that you can't judge people solely off of their words. That is part of it. It is part of it.
His actions speak louder than his words. Not paying people in his campaign, not paying people, leading people to a false degree at Trump University, hiring illegal Polish immigrants to build his towers. His actions speak louder than his words. He's saying that he can grab a woman by the genitals because he's rich and powerful, saying that he can do whatever he wants and that they won't stop him. And then people come forward and confirm that he has, in fact, done these things. He's cheated on 3 of his wives, made bad comments about grabbing pussies. Sorry for the language, I'm quoting Donald Trump. When his wife, his 3rd wife, was pregnant with his 5th child. That is who he is. His actions behind closed doors on a bus on the way to Days of Our Lives reveals exactly who Donald Trump is. And
yes.
I don't think, he will not change when he's president. He is just as volatile. They had to take his Twitter away from him for the last, 3 days.
Well, change is inevitable, but saying that someone won't change is not going to be That's not a positive outlook for what the next 4 years will be like. Since we're assuming Trump will be president, we need to make sure we make the best out of it and not just kill him off with the CIA right away. We can't just say, well, we made a bad decision, America, let's just put him in jail, let's just imprison Hillary, let's just kill our president just because we're not satisfied with our choice. And so, even though none of us in America agree with what the outcome is, throughout time, throughout history, when people have an oppressive ruler, when people have someone in power that they do not agree with, you have two options. It's either to fight back or to submit and see them as authority. And so we're trying to make sure this world doesn't end up in chaos because of this election.
Which it will.
And it has, it already is. But I feel like we should give whoever is the upcoming president the chance to prove themselves to their statements, uphold themselves to the words that they say, and therefore let the actions speak.
You know
what the words have been saying for the past years, for the whole campaign. All these words are meaningless because they're just predictions, or just assumptions of, oh, we'll do this and this, oh, we'll make Mexico pay for a wall. I'm not challenging Trump to do things that he does claim to do, because they're absolutely ridiculous in most cases. But I think as America we need to be more.
Everything he has said is ridiculous, though. That means the man is ridiculous. That means his policies are ridiculous.
Yes. Yes.
Get this: he's been a Democrat his entire life. He has been pro-choice his entire life. He changed this election cycle because he knew he needed the voting bloc. Theory: when Trump enters office, I believe it is possible that he will resume his democratic tendencies and that he will not appoint pro-life.
Oh, he already has democratic tendencies.
Oh, yeah.
Same as Hillary tries to take on the idea of having somewhat Republican tendencies.
No. Hillary.
Now she's swaying to whatever the public wants of her.
Right. She is a neoliberal economist. She is socially liberal, but she is 100% almost to the T in line with the trajectory of Reaganomics. Ronald Reagan, Margaret Thatcher. Hillary is the epitome of that corporate governmental tendency. All right. So,
if you study the similarities between Bernie and Trump, you'd be amazed of how much
they are absolutely not at all.
No.
The only thing is trade. All right. On trade, they both agree.
NAFTA.
Yes.
That's for one.
That is it.
No.
There's no similarity between Bernie and Trump beyond.
I could pull up a video right now showing like at least 5 to 8 similarities between what Trump and Bernie say, because since Bernie's downfall, Trump has been trying to collect the Bernie supporters, and he's been doing that in ways that Bernie supporters do tend to towards. And that means that he does leave that core Republican side behind. And many Republicans and the Republican politicians will see and notice that he is indeed not a true Republican to the core, because he, kind of like Hillary, does try to just submit to what the public wants. Hey, all right, so gay marriage, all right, we'll give that to you. You know.
Who's going to give that to who?
Trump. He's still very much allowing that.
Honestly, he only came out against that to win your votes. He has deceived you. You guys have sold your soul literally to the devil, the accuser, Hasatan, because you're the cheapest date in the world. The only thing.
Who are you talking to now?
What?
Who are you talking to?
Evangelical Christians are the cheapest date in the world. The only thing that you cared about this election was who was more pro-life. And guess what? Donald Trump is not pro-life. He is pro-death. His military policy, his understanding of foreign matters, he's pro-death penalty. He's not pro-paid family leave. He's not pro-health insurance. He wants to repeal Obamacare, spiraling 20 million more people across the country into poverty and uninsured situations. He also is completely for an economic system which disadvantages people. He's willing to build a golf course and cut off water for an entire community
In Scotland.
and not restore it for 5 years. He's able to build his casinos and buy people's homes without their consent and evict them on his own will. He is literally pro-death on all matters, and you guys voted for him because he said he will appoint pro-life Supreme Court justices, and that is the epitome of the cheapest state in politics. They have 38 million, and by they I mean the Republican voter base. 38 million evangelical Christians will vote for the Republican candidate no matter what, because they say that they're pro-life. Now, George W. Bush, he had the entire Congress, he had the entire Senate, he had the entire Supreme Court, all Republican. They didn't overturn Roe v. Wade. They use you to win votes, and then they will do nothing to overturn it. It just blows my mind. If you want to be pro-life, look at the statistics. Under Obama, abortion has dropped 13%. Under Bush, it remains flatline. Under Democratic presidents, because they promote quality of life, not simply birth, abortion rates dramatically decrease. If you guys want to stop abortions, don't vote Trump, but it's too late. You're the cheapest state in the world. You have literally failed the world. You had one responsibility as followers of Jesus Christ, and that was to support values of self-sacrifice, of humility, of fairness, of gentleness, of kindness, of preference toward the poor, the marginalized, the oppressed, welcoming the foreigner, not using your vote for your own goods. And you did not do it.
All right. So now that we had that talk with, let's get back to the election as it's happening right now. And there's an interesting outcome that could happen. And I think Mitch, as I'm getting the servers back,
I'm the only one watching live, by the way.
You're the only one. But it's going to be good material to have in the future. There is an outcome in which both Trump and Hillary have 269
electoral college votes.
And since there's an even amount of electoral college votes for all the states overall,
538, even number.
There is that possibility that it becomes a tie at 269 and 269. And so what would then happen is that the vote, Mitch?
Yes. So the only way this would happen is Hillary needs Nevada, she needs Minnesota, Michigan, New Hampshire, which is not popping up, and the second district in Nebraska. If it goes 269, then it goes to Congress. And if it's in Congress, basically they get to pick from the top 3 people who have the most electoral college votes. As of right now, the only people with electoral college votes are Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. That being said, the state of Washington is an outlier right now because there are 2 electoral college members, their names are eluding me at the moment, who have vowed even if Washington goes Democrat, which it did, they will not support Hillary Clinton at the electoral college vote next week. They have not released the name of the person that they're going to give their electoral college vote to yet, but a couple options they've alluded to are Jill Stein and even potentially Bernie Sanders. If, by chance, the electoral college vote does not give someone a majority, 270, right? What happens is it goes to Congress, and theoretically, between Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and the people who received electoral college votes from the people in Washington, whoever receives those votes goes to Congress and may become president. So theoretically, Jill Stein or Bernie Sanders, a very small chance, could become president in a situation like that. However, Congress is currently controlled by Republicans. So it is likely in that scenario that they would be inclined to give it to Donald Trump. But then they might bring about the apocalypse, so who knows? They may give it to Hillary Clinton. That is something that we should talk about. The Electoral College is not bound by these votes that we see on the screen here, all right? What we see on the screen is what we did. We did this, America. We need to go a little bit right there. All right, America. So this is what we did. We let down the world. We let Trump win. But the people that actually vote for the president are not us. It's the people that we elect. In Illinois, there are 20 Electoral College people who go and vote next week, supposedly for the people that the state wants. The state picked Hillary, but any member of the Illinois Electoral College is free to vote for whoever and whomever they please. So some could go for Trump. My concern is, not my concern, my question is, are we going to see, come Electoral College voting day, will there be Republicans who are unable to vote for Trump at the Electoral College? Will there be people who flip from Trump to Hillary in order to avoid the apocalypse? I am not entirely sure, but I do think it's a genuine possibility. If Trump comes up with 273 Electoral College votes, all right? If Trump gets 273, I think there's a great chance that the Hillary crew, Washington, and every insider in the world could pay off a lot of the Electoral College members in order to sway the vote back towards Hillary. That is obviously an outside chance. It probably is illegal, but our government is not, it's corrupt. So, you know.
So, update, Iowa up here is now going to head for Trump. Iowa is actually for Trump now, and as you can see, the House of Representatives up on the screen, I'll zoom in here. The House of Representatives is now the majority for Trump, and the Senate needs 3 more for Trump's side and 4 more for Hillary's side before that can actually become either Trump or Hillary. So it's a very, very, very tight race. 54 million for Trump in the overall. What is this? No, that's the popular vote. Popular vote overall is 54 million for Trump and 52 million for Clinton. And then, kind of cool to see Johnson have 3.6 million and Stein 1 million. Because people have actually given third parties a chance.
I want to address the third party issue, Johnson and Stein.
It's very fitting that we're in a yellow room wearing black and gray.
Yeah. So Johnson received 3.5 million votes. Stein received 1 million votes. I'm not going to lie, I voted for Jill Stein today in Illinois because I knew Hillary was going to win no matter what. However, people in swing states like Florida, all right, Hillary lost Florida somewhere less than 200,000 votes. I believe final count Johnson had 250,000 votes. Hillary, the deciding factor of the 2000 election between Bush and Gore was Florida. There was a recount, and 2% of the vote went to Ralph Nader, and that was enough to cost Al Gore the election. Florida, and thus the election. All right. Fear. It only says fear. Oh, don't fear. This time around, people who are privileged, all right, people, white males, middle-class people, you know, who don't have much to lose if Trump is elected president, they decided to vote third party this time around because they couldn't bring themselves to vote for Clinton. And now we've brought about the apocalypse. Literally the fearful apocalypse that John is telling us not to.
Not yet, not yet. We have not brought about the apocalypse quite yet. And I'm saying there is still a chance that we can see hope at the end of the tunnel. It's not as grim as it may seem to be. let's just not keep our minds on the topic as we all have been in the past months. Let's allow the world to give this guy a chance at doing what he thinks he can do so well. If he is really that arrogant and prideful about getting all these jobs to everyone, let's see him get these jobs in America. And I want to see what Trump has in mind, whether he has a span of 1 month or maybe 3 months. That's probably the difference before someone kills him and assassinates Trump in public. But I think America should keep its mind off of politics for a while now. After these elections, let's close this off. We've got a debate planned for this man, Mitch Mallory, over here, to debate Jason McClellan, who is a opinionated fellow who just changed his profile picture on Facebook an hour ago. A very Trump supportive, it's a very pro-American Facebook profile picture he just changed it to because he's very proud of his win.
Say this.
But we will have that debate and we will go live at that debate. And for now, we're about to round it up because Trump is about to win this election. And our main message is be aware, but don't fear. Don't fear America. Any last words, Mitch?
Last words. America.
Before America goes down as an apocalyptic land that no one ever travels to, and flight prices are way too expensive because no one cares about Trump. Everyone's leaving.
That won't happen, but the environmental crisis is going to exacerbate, and we're going to see mass dislocations of people groups all across the world. 50% of the world's population is living on coastlines, and if we see a 6-foot rise in sea levels, we're going to see mass dislocations of people, we're going to see natural resources, we're going to decline, we're going to see wars over water, we're going to see an increase in radicalized individuals in the Middle East, we're going to probably have a war with Russia. We have a lot facing our plate, and I think we let people down. We let women down today. We let immigrants down. We let gay people down. We let Muslims down. We failed to provide a voice for the most marginalized members among us. And I don't think the world is going to crap in the next 4 years, but it will go to crap down the line with what the next 4 years does to the world.
So, those are our future predictions. You've heard it. You're right. Very first, live from Judson University. God bless America, and over and out.
Wait. Last thing. God did not pick Trump to become president.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
Just remember that. Bye.
People we elect as people are not necessarily predestined or chosen by God. Okay? That is the main message. Don't fear. Don't fear 2020. How about that? Hashtag don't fear 2020.
Hashtag get your butts together, all right? And let's oust Trump.
Hashtag don't fear. And then
on a positive note, one of my professors moved an assignment back a week because of how ridiculous this election is. So
don't fear 2016. Now will become don't fear 2020. All right. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.